Hey guys, Patrick Novel, EXP Realty, part of the Johnson Group here in beautiful Savannah, Georgia, with my buddy Brandon Giebler from Next Move Realty. What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Feeling old, but I'm fantastic. Hey y'all.
Happy New Year and happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Another
Hey,
year younger.
Y'all. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. So, did you have a good birthday?
I mean, I'd say so. I'm not mad at it. It was really chill. I don't know how exciting you can get at 35.
I don't know. When do you stop? Put it in the chat. When do you stop celebrating your birthday?
After 21.
Oh, man. But all right. Well, today we're going to be talking about the Realtor.com put out a forecast of 2026. So we'll be talking about that, and then the link is down below. So if you want to read it for yourself, I encourage you to do so, because there's some really good stats in here. But we're going to go over most of it, and then we're going to be comparing against Savannah area stats to see where Savannah stands versus, the nation. So pretty excited about this one, Brandon. Are you ready to rock and roll?
As I could be, I guess.
Josh, thank you for joining. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And hello, y'all. Says happy birthday.
Thank you. It's not about me right now.
It's not about you. It's about the market.
It's about the market.
Let's get into the market. Here we go.
Okay, so obviously we'll start off with prices. So all of this is from this Realtor.com article. So we're playing off of that, and we're comparing it to our local market. So this is going to be the prices. So this is the national growth versus the local pullback. So Realtor.com's national forecast says that the prices for 2026 are going to go up 2.2%. So they're trying to frame this as more of like a soft appreciation, not a rebound, because we didn't crash, we didn't die, we're fine. We're just softening the blow.
So fine is relative.
Right.
I don't know if we're fine.
Right. So the prices expect to rise slower than the inflation, and the real prices are, flattening out. So we're becoming a neutral market. So this is not a crash. This is not a boom. It's just kind of the market kind of taking a breath for once, and that's what we all wanted it to do, anyways. So
we need a pullback. For sure. We need a pullback for sure.
That's for sure. So in a way, if you want to look at it a little bit differently, this is kind of like a weather app versus looking out of your own window. So like the National Housing Forecast is like checking the weather app for the whole country. And we're here showing you what it looks like to look out of your own window if you live in the area. You know what I mean? If you don't, then disregard.
Well, tell us in the chat, what city do you live in? Savannah, Pooler, Richmond Hill, maybe Chicago, maybe beautiful Hawaii? I don't know. Tell us in the chat. Where are you from?
Yeah.
Chicago. I was just there, so I was in that area. So that's what it reminded me.
Probably India.
Where are you from? Where are you staying? Pooler, Josh? Nice.
Pooler. It can be cooler-ish. Until you brought a bunch of apartment complexes up and have crazy traffic. It's my favorite. So this is one of the charts that we found pretty interesting. So this is what it's kind of showing you right here is even when the prices technically go up, if the inflation is rising faster, your buying power doesn't improve. That's why the house market still feels a little expensive. So this is kind of like the headlines say prices are up, but in reality, the affordability is still tight. So I don't know. And good job, Realtor.com. So I want to ask you guys, would you rather buy now at like a lower price or wait for a lower rate? What is more important to you?
What is more important to you? Hello, y'all said, ain't nobody's business what city I live in. It's my business.
Wow.
Got it. I think you
Really?
told us before, but okay, fine, whatever. Don't tell us tonight. Fine.
We know where you live. We know where you live.
All right. Prices. National growth versus local pullback. Now, this is Savannah area numbers versus December of last year versus this year. So it's Savannah 375 to 370, down by 1%. Pooler down by 15%. But there's a caveat to this that I want to show you guys real quick, because I don't believe that the numbers are telling the whole story. So we had to do a little bit of digging. And as I did that, I came to find out, look at this. 44 out of 78 homes in Pooler were bought for $281,750. All townhomes by, I assume, an investor. It's an unlicensed MLS, non-MLS person. So I'm assuming it's a neighbor or that's an investor, right?
Yeah. That's
funny enough. Look at the median home sales price. $281,750.
Look at that.
Over half the homes were bought by an investor. So these numbers are a little bit skewed for Pooler, and you're going to see it in other places, the inconsistencies. Okay. Richmond Hill, their price is down by 13%. Only had 11 investors out of the 77 homes bought. So not that big of a deal there. And Guyton just dropped the price by 12%. So that's what's going on there.
So we'll get into the inventory. So forecasted increase and versus the local surge. Who remembers surge? Put it in the comments below. The Realtor.com is saying that they expect for the inventory to go up 9% nationally, which is cool. We love that. We got lots of houses on the market. It's great. More options. So the market's obviously moving more towards that balanced kind of comfy area where, the seller might not make out like they would like to, but at least you're getting some attention, right? You got buyers coming on. So the local data here shows the homes for sale. So Savannah is up 23%, Pooler is up 31%, Rincon is up 45%, and Guyton is up 59%. Remember that Guyton being all cute. So this is kind of saying like there's more homes, there's more choices. So the more choices equals less pressure on the buyers. So less pressure equals, what is it? Price correction.
This is what we've been needing. We
needed it bad. So they're saying it's going to increase, and that's fine. But in a lot of places it already has, which is great. So like I want to know from you guys in the chats, if you are house hunting right now, are you seeing more choices than last year? Or are you finding it a little bit easier to negotiate with people? You're not overpaying for houses, I'm hoping. Jeez Louise. I don't know. And so this one right here this is the chart showing you kind of the inventory obviously kind of collapsed a bit during the COVID period, but historically it's still low, but we're trending up, we're fighting, we're coming back up, we're marching out of, what do they call them that y'all in the military are in? The
marching on?
The little ditches that they have to
bunkers?
Yes, the bunkers.
Right.
So that's cool. We're coming up. We're fine. So this explains like why the market feels like it's slower, but not broken, obviously. So we're rebuilding inventory from this historic low and not oversupplying the market. We're just coming out of the foxhole there. Do that one. Thanks, girl.
Well, I'm telling you that the one thing that people forget, and I brought this up many times in the past, but the lock-in effect is really, really crushing inventory, right? People have, 80% of mortgages are below 6% right now.
Yeah.
So it's hard for someone to sell their home at 3% and buy it at 6%. That's the biggest problem. And that's why it's hard to get inventory in the market. And that's why new construction is the place to go, because they can move their prices a lot more freely than people that are reselling their homes. So just think about that. 80% of homes below 6%. Like unbelievable.
That's
Right?
crazy.
It's crazy. All right, demands in closing, national caution versus local selectivity. I don't know what the difference is, but okay. Realtor.com says existing home sales predicted to be up by 1.7%. Buyers are cautiously returning. Local reality is Savannah closed sales are down by 18%. Poolers closed sales, we already know why it's up by 100%. So, and then Richmond Hill's flat closing, rising days on market. And hello, y'all said Foxhole. That's what you're looking for. Foxhole. This is kind of showing you the existing home sales forecast. As you can see, 23, 24, 25 have been the lowest years in 30 years. The lowest existing home sales in 30 years for 3 years in a row. So, I mean, tell me if you think the housing market is broken. Put it in the chat.
Corrections, anyone? Corrections, anyone? So this is kind of where I was talking about. Remember the days on the market. So this is a days on market national balance versus the local negotiation. So Realtors is stating that there's more balanced conditions and fewer bidding wars. What? Because there's more options. We love that part. And the local stats days on market, Savannah's up 6%, Richmond Hill is up 9%, and Guyton is up 53%. Why would you think that their days are up 53%?
I don't know. Why would days on market be so high? It's weird.
Oh, maybe all that emotion that you're taxing into your things. So the days on market is how long that the buyers are willing to actually stop and think before making such a huge decision. So the longer days means buyers are negotiating again. Finally, we're not just giving it away. So, I mean, I'm going to ask you, because you know what the deal is. How long do you think that like a house should sit before it's considered overpriced?
Oh man, shoot. It's a hard one. Because I think as a real estate agent, you almost know in the beginning before we even start. You know what I'm saying? So it could be one day on the market, could be it's overpriced because I know. But and here's the thing, I'm gonna like unveil the behind the curtain for you guys. All of this information that you see here is available to every single real estate agent on the market. So when they're coming to look at your overpriced homes, they also know that it's overpriced. Okay, so you don't hire a doctor to do your own surgeries. You know what I'm saying? So don't hire a real estate agent to do your own selling. Okay, I mean it's pointless. Just go sell it on your own. If you're not going to listen anyway, just do it by yourself. It'll be super fun. I'm sure it won't be super fun, but there's a lot of. I mean, we don't just pull numbers out of the air, right? When you're giving a seller a price for their home, what are you what are you doing?
I'm doing the most actually. I check like 7 or 8 different spots for numbers, and then I compile them, and then I play with them, and I'm like, yeah, it's not as good as this one, but it's better than this one, and I just looked up all the appraisal things and how the appraisal is going to take place and what actually makes sense or what actually helps improve the value. So I probably do way more than I should on that part, but I'm pulling numbers from like everywhere. If it's on the internet, I'm pulling it from there.
Well, not only we give probabilities of what's the probability of a house selling at what date, the May, June, July, you know what I'm saying? Like, so what different prices that the probabilities will sell at. So, I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into pricing your home, and gut feeling is not really a way to go. If you listen to your real estate agent, they're going to price the price right in the beginning, because I mean, what would you rather have your house sell fast at market value or sit and wait until you get your number?
Right.
I mean, put it in the chat. What would you rather do? Sell it now or wait?
You sit too long, people start to think something's wrong. So
it's weird. Yeah.
That's something to think about. Mm,
The price per square foot, the truth meter. Now, realtor.com really does not cover the price per square foot, but Zillow definitely does. This is your Zestimate number. This is what they use to tell you your value. And if you watched our one video where all homes in the Savannah area went down by 53%, according to the estimates, they used these numbers. Okay. So in the Savannah area, it's flat 208 to 208 year over year. Pooler down by 1%. Richmond Hill down by 7%. Port Wentworth down by 12%. And Rincon down by 10%. Well, those numbers don't do you any good if you're trying to figure out your estimate, right? So I'm going to give you guys the price per square foot per city so that if you live in these places, you can actually do that. So let me just add my screen to the page.
Price per square foot actually tells us what buyers are really paying before all the incentives and the list price games that the sellers probably are going to try to play. So it's a less opportunity to be skewed like the median sales price.
So as you saw in Savannah, it's flat, and Pooler, it's 195. So take your square foot, multiply it by 195. In Richmond Hill is 188, and Port Wentworth is 168. Went way down by 12%. Rincon is 181, down by 10%, and then Guyton, it went up by 8% to 181. Thus, probably why their days on market is so high.
Hashtag facts. So we're going into the interest rates now. So this is the forecast versus the buyer behaviors. And Realtor.com is obviously thinking that the rates are expected to be around 6.3% in 2026. So that's kind of helping the affordability move in a positive direction in their opinion. And this is their current snapshot for the actual rates that are right now on my birthday. So the 30-year fix is at 6.2, FHA is at 5.85, and the VA is at 5.87. I just don't, rates didn't really improve affordability. The prices did. So I think it's important that people understand that it's not about the rates as much as it is about the prices. And the rates aren't the relief valve that people were waiting for. It was the price that did a lot of the heavy lifting on that end. So I got a question.
Maybe one day.
Maybe. You said maybe.
Maybe one day the rates will be the relief valve, but it ain't today.
So what interest rate would make you feel comfortable buying, even if the prices went up?
Put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat. Can you do the calculations though? Can you do the calculations though? Do we need a calculation? Can we do a calculation class?
I mean, we can definitely do one. I've done one before. I mean, I'm not gonna do it now. We got guests in the wings over here.
Yeah.
But let's catch up a little bit with the chat. So, hello, y'all says, listen to my real estate agent. Thank you.
Who's your real estate agent?
Either one of us. Who knows? All right.
That's a lie. Yeah.
What this means for buyers. National message. Wait for stability. Local realty. Opportunity's already here. So check it out. If you've been waiting for prices to drop, guess what? They have. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing about interest rates and payments and all that stuff. And I try to tell everybody this. And if you're a buyer, you don't have to wait till right before you look at a house to talk to a lender, or right after you look at a house to talk to a lender. It's sometimes just a good idea. Actually, not sometimes. It's always a good idea to get ahead of the game. Talk to a lender now, because they can also tell you how much money to save up for not only down payment, but also if you want to pay down the rates, how much you potentially would need to pay down the rate so you're not paying a large rate. Hello, y'all says that 5 to 5.5% she would be buying a house. So we're getting closer for her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You might be buying another house.
So I say, hello, y'all. If you're looking to buy a house, then you need to get with a lender like now. You know what I'm saying? And it goes with anybody.
So I got a question. If you're not a buyer, just put yourself in the mindset of a buyer. What matters more to you, honestly? Is it the monthly payment, or is it the purchase price of the home. I'm curious what that answer is going to be. Like, overflow the comments, all of you, all 150 of you. You asked, I answered. So what this means for sellers, so national message for everybody in the nation, is that we're in a balanced market, and it's happening, and sellers won't have the upper hand anymore for a little bit, hopefully, but we support you, sellers. And then the local reality is the pricing discipline it's a must. Like, you can't put your emotional tax on that price, because it's just not going to work. If you don't have a solid strategy, you let the emotions get in the way, you're gonna sit. And if you don't feel like you're going to get the money out that you need, then I would just wait, because you're gonna mess yourself up. So I feel like that's one of the biggest problems that we run into, is that the people put so much emotional money back behind that price that is like a realistic price, and then you end up just sitting, and then you get mad at your agent who told you that in the first place, but you had to let your emotions take the best of you. Emotions do not belong in business. You got to separate them. So I would say, put yourself in the mindset of a seller. Would you rather sell fast at market value or wait longer for your number? What do you think?
I mean, here's the thing. Unless you have a DeLorean and you're going back in the past to tell yourself 2 years ago to sell this house, I mean, you're not going to get that price. That price has been gone. It's been gone. You know, Hello Y'all says emotions don't make house payments or sell your homes. You know what I'm saying? That price is not coming back. It's already gone. It's like a shooting star that has here. You missed it, and it ain't coming back for I don't even know how many years. It's 100 years. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but that price ain't coming back. So just if you got to move. You don't have to move. Just wait, and then you can wait a couple years, and then that price will be there in a few years. I would say probably 2-3 years. Probably make a rebound. What do you think?
Yeah. Because I mean, we're softening now, which is great. They're going to climb. They're going to go back up. It's just not. I don't feel like it's going to be like it was when everyone was panic buying and the sellers were like, cha-ching, cha-ching, baby.
Yeah. Well, that can't be you now. So be disciplined.
Right.
All right. Hold on. Realtor.com says 2026 will be a year the market bounces. Savannah data says we're already there, and some areas went further, as you saw. Market prices are going down. This is the second month in a row they've gone down. If you watched our last month talking about the stats, it went down then. Went down again this month. This is the first time 2 months in a row. Actually, last month was the first time I've seen it. All markets go down. This is the second month in a row. So I'm not saying there's a trend, but guys, I mean, like, we're going down.
It's a trend.
Yeah. So, but you know who's here to break the trend? Tommy Stanford. He's here to tell us about the deals going on at D.R. Horton, so you don't have to wait.
Boom.
You can buy good interest rates now. Let's bring them on.
What's
up, buddy?
Thanks for having me, guys. I am, in fact, here to break the trend. I will say that's what I'm here for. Certainly here, you know, I'm Tommy, and I work with D.R. Horton, and we are sadly also aware that home prices have gotten a little bit beyond what many folks are looking for. So we currently have our red tag sale going on, and I wish I could admit it, but it's because of Brandon's birthday. So Brandon, because of you, we've begun the red tag sale this month. And yes. So, and you know, thank you for everyone, because we're offering a rate as low as 4.99. So, hey, y'all, is house ready to buy now? And on top of that, because the rates are pretty good, but it's nice to have more stuff, we have $35,000 in what we call flex cash. So the flex cash can be used for many different things. It's like a flex room, right? It can be a gym, it can be an office. It's up to you. This money is also anything you want it to be. So we can do price reductions to bring the price down to where it feels a little more comfortable. We can buy the rate down even further from the 4.99. We can add in some options if we should go to Laurel Grove. We have some options that we can offer. We could do closing cost money, of course. So really, we can be very creative with it. If you can come up with an idea, we can always ask about it. This is at anything that we have that's going across the area. So all of the markets that you guys mentioned, Guyton, Rincon, Port Wentworth. We also have Statesboro and down in Brunswick, and we have a little bit left in Bloomingdale with more neighborhoods to come. So we know that Brandon is very young, and we don't want everything to last forever. So same thing with this. This sale will only last until the 25th. Just like his young age, which at some point will have to give out. But I assume that will be at least 30 or 40 years from now.
At least.
Is clearly a very, very young man.
Wow.
When you first told me about these incentives, I thought you said 4.99 and then 3,500. I was like, huh. You say 35,000.
Yes, 35,000, 3 zeros at the end, right? That's what you want. You want a number that's so long, you need all 5 fingers, right? 35000. I mean, that's a good time.
If I don't need to use it or want to use it, can you just write me a check for $35,000?
No.
You got the price, Brandon. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, that does. It's kind of like a Hobby Lobby where they're paying you to buy the stuff, and we're almost doing that, but you do got to take a house away with you.
Whatever.
I mean, if you got 4.99, what closing costs is typically depending on the house, obviously, but is that 15,000?
Yeah, I would say most of ours are going to be even probably a little bit under that. But yeah, even if you say
15
on the comfortable end, that leaves you with 20,000 left to play with.
20 grand.
Take the
Pay
house,
down the house, buy down the rate more.
$10,000. That leaves you with $10,000. To go from 499 to around 4.5-ish is usually going to cost you around $8,000. So we can do all the things, and then we have some communities where we could even potentially add in maybe a refrigerator or potentially a washer and dryer. And again, over in Lowell Grove, we now have some communities that have, or we have a community that has some options. So tub in the master bathroom, pendant lights, and a fancy lighting package. We could do some wood treads or downstairs. So we have got some things that are a little bit different than what we have typically done. And that actually has just happened the last couple of weeks. So we are.
This is wild.
Yes.
Yeah. So we talked a lot tonight about how the rates aren't really the relief valve anymore. The prices and incentives are. So how does D.R. Horton's incentives right now help buyers more that are waiting for the rates to drop?
I would say that we're hitting all of the relief valves at the same time. We have brought the prices down a little bit. We're offering the interest rate, and then we have incentives that are so much that you almost can't even fit them into one box. You kind of need two.
That sounds delicious.
Yes. And on top of all that, we make it just easy to get into one of our brand new homes. Not only are they brand new, so you're not preparing to buy roofs and stuff down the road, but they include blinds. We do the fully sodded yard with an ice irrigation system. We have the super cool smart home system, and we do stainless steel appliances. So without doing anything to your home, it's already got a lot of really awesome stuff in there, and it just makes it easy to get right into living. So, and we can, all these incentives are for anything that we can have that can close within 30 days. We also could even build to a home and get you in there. So if you close this by basically as late as the end of April, you could even pick your home, say, I like that floor plan. I want it to have that many bedrooms. I want this many square footage, and I'll take the outside colors that look like this. You could have one that backs up to the woods or whatever you want. What you tell us which lot looks best.
Wow.
Heard indeed.
Thank you.
That's Savannah's favorite food enthusiast.
I know.
What's up?
This is a Fabletics shirt that my mother-in-law got me, and it feels really good. It's kind of thickish, but it's not like heavy.
Okay.
I would buy all of them in every color.
All right, so inventory's up across the area, and which gives buyers more options. So for someone watching this in January and thinking about new construction, what's the risk of waiting versus taking advantage of the incentives that are available right now?
So I would say it's kind of the same thing that I typically end most of my home tours with. There's always, unfortunately, two bad things to waiting. One, is that someone could come in tomorrow and say, I like that spot that you like the best with the best floor plan that you like on there, and I'll take it today. So that's the one thing that you do run. And then the other thing is that prices do tend to go up. As you guys have said, there have been some very exciting price corrections here recently. But ultimately, it seems like we're already kind of on the uptick. I can say with some confidence that it has been a little slower recently than I have seen in some time. But the past 2 weeks, we have seen some things starting to pick up. We've seen more buyers out there. And well, that's great because that means everyone keeps busy. That does mean that is all of a sudden there's going to be a lot less homes on the market for folks to buy. So I don't think we're going to be quite to the you see it on Zillow at midnight, you better put in your offer right then sort of situation. But I think we're going to start to see a lot of these homes on the market kind of come down with that days on the market y'all were talking about.
That makes sense, I would say. So the inventory up in the Savannah area, obviously we know that, which gives buyers more options. So they get to play around a little bit. For someone actually watching this right now and thinking about new construction, what's the risk of waiting versus taking advantage of the incentives right now? I just asked that.
I'll say kind of the same thing I end all of my tours with.
Yeah. Okay, so without getting too,
I was ready for that one.
Yeah. Can you share which type of communities or price points we're seeing the strongest incentive opportunities right now, and whose those incentives are best suited for?
So as of right now, our incentives actually are kind of the same across the board. So it's truly just what works best for the buyers. Do you want to live in Statesboro more? Do you want to live out in Port Wentworth? Do you want to be out in Effingham with the amazing school system that we have out there? Do you want to be down in Brunswick? Are you going to be going to the FLETC, Federal Law Enforcement Training C? So it's, just really where you want to be at is the big question. The values are there. And I think that it's going to start to, sadly, the bang for your buck is going to start to deteriorate a little bit as these prices do start to go up. Right now, I've been with D.R. Horton for 6 years, and I don't think I've ever seen anything quite this exciting. So if you know anyone who, even if they don't want to close for some time, right? Like, let's get the folks that want to close in March and April out there. We can get everything locked in, and then we'll get it worked out when it comes time. Because as it gets warm, it always gets busy, right? No matter what market we're in, once it gets warm, right, we're going to start to get another PCS season going. We're going to have all the folks in town for all the different things, and then it's just going to start to go bananas.
Right.
No doubt. Bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Well, Tony said, are rates going to drop again in 2026? Do you think?
I hope so. That would be great.
Yeah. I agree with
Who's
you.
got a magic ball? Who's got a magic ball?
Well, I think with the incentives that you guys know, I can just speak for D.R. Horton. Obviously, he's not going to speak on resale homes, but with $35,000, it's almost, you could have whatever rate you want. I mean, essentially, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to take that $35,000 and buy down the rate more from 4.99 to less, you definitely could. So I think this $35,000 is such a game changer. I mean, such a game changer. Because, I mean, I'm not going to. No, I guess I don't want to say it, but there's been other builders that had jacked their prices up big time during the COVID time.
And what are they doing now?
Well, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 sales, right? Took advantage. D.R. Horton really, literally during the pandemic time was the only one really. I'm sure others maybe, but the ones that I saw was really trying to keep the house prices, as affordable as they can, while sure making a profit. I'm assuming. But now, they're still out here, that's why their incentives is a little bit lower than the other guys, because, I mean, they didn't jack their prices way up, right? Would you say that, does that sound fair, Tommy?
I would say so. I mean, you're right. We did bump them up as everyone else did. I mean, a lot of that had more to do with the market factors as opposed to the market itself, right? We were having trouble getting the lumber, and we were having to pay more for all the same sort of stuff. But yeah, we as a company, it's one of our core values is to try to keep everything as affordable as humanly possible, and to make it so that everyone can buy a home. So we are in fact a company, so we do have to make some money, but we do try to keep it as reasonable as possible. And that's why, depending on what neighborhood you're looking at, you're going to see some drastically different price points with us too, because we're trying to offer something that works for everyone. We have one home that is in the 280s. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house. It's perfect though. It's better than renting. It's yours, and down the road you can sell it and make a ton of money.
Was that you that messed up the tree? Was that D.R. Horton that messed up the numbers?
It might have been. That one specifically with that thing in blue, that was not us. I actually looked at the address.
No.
I was very intrigued. That was not
No,
us.
that was Homes of Integrity.
Such integrity. Lots of integrity.
The buyer
We sell to
came.
investors too. We sell to investors.
I would just say if you want to buy 44 houses, you could probably get a steep discount. So just to let you know.
Yes, please come buy 44 houses from me. I love to write contracts.
Can I sell them?
Well, Tommy, let me ask you: is there anything that we didn't ask you that you wanted to put out there? Because it sounds like you pretty much put out everything, right?
I think, like our bosses always tell us, don't spill all the candy in the lobby. I believe I have spilled all my candy in the lobby. We have our amazing rates. We have a just insane amount of extra money and incentives, and it's not that you get either or; it is both at the same time. And then of course, well, I guess we always have to mention you get me. You get to hang out with me, and I'll tell you some hilarious jokes. We'll make sure that your home
Hilarious.
He is hilarious.
And then I guess one thing I probably should throw out is that all new construction homes, as opposed to used homes, do come with some extra warranties, which can make the scary part of buying a home already. It is a terrifying thing, without a doubt. It's a ton of money. It's a huge thing. But knowing that it's a brand new roof, all the appliances are brand new, everything was just put in there. And sadly, even with brand new things, stuff can happen. You have warranties that cover that. So it takes a little bit of the scariness out of what is ultimately still a very scary thing.
And I'm telling you, if you wanna put a little extra unscariness on it, like Tony did, he got a pre drywall inspection on the house, found some stuff. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, the quality is not good." They re-inspected house. If you get the home inspected before they put drywall up, or after they get done putting drywall up, then it's going to be okay. Now, I would say if you can't afford it, then you could.
Those Northerners.
But like, if you want to sleep well at night, get an inspection. It's good for you, and then it comes with the warranty, like you said. So, and there you go. Tony says worth every penny. For sure. So, Tommy, I want to say thank you so much for getting on short notice. I hope you had a happy New Year and a happy holidays and a happy Brandon birthday.
Importantly,
I want one of the kitties.
What's that?
I want one of the kitties for my birthday.
You can't have one of these cats. These cats are my kids' cats, but I know where the Arby's is. I can get you some more cats. You tell me how many, I'll show up.
The Arby's.
Well, thank you all for coming on. Thank you, Brandon, for coming on doing your birthday. I appreciate it. Tommy, thank you so much. Tony, hello, y'all. Josh, thank you all for showing up. I really appreciate the comments and joining, and I'll talk to you guys next week. All right, bye.
Take it easy. Thanks, y'all.
Good night.